Taurus, welcome to your December 2018 love reading. It's Raina, and I'm going to be doing a spread using my Morgan Greer deck, and I will be capping off the reading with an oracle card called Whispers of Love, and it does have a love-based theme to it. So I've been enjoying this new deck that I just got, so that's cool. Okay. Well, I don't know if any of you have an ex, perhaps, somebody who is a water sign male, who may be older than you, maybe mature, but only chronologically. Someone who has, maybe they have like a drinking problem. Because I do have the King of Cups in reverse. And this person may be coming back into your life, but it doesn't mean that you're forced to be with this person. It just means that they're still around, if that's somebody that you have separated from or trying to put behind you. The overall theme is the Two of Wands. Whenever we have the number 2, it can point to a choice that has to be made. And I got this for another sign, and I was mentioning how it can be sometimes maybe a choice in careers or a choice in like whether you stay or whether you move away. And obviously that could also be connected to a possible job offer or something like that. And because of it, that can affect relationships. So you want to leave, the other person doesn't, or the other person doesn't support your career advancement. Maybe it triggers something within them. They're afraid of losing you. Who knows? I think that it's possible that some of you are having a relationship with a coworker, and maybe the choice is with this other person. I don't know. Now, the heart of the matter is the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune connects to Jupiter. So we recently had Jupiter go into Sagittarius, and for the sign of Taurus, this is going to be the 8th house, and this is the spouse and their money and things like that, or an inheritance or something along those lines. So I suppose that can always be connected to an astrological transit. But in general, the Wheel of Fortune can be something coming up for you that where you're having this beautiful run of good things happening, good fortune, including maybe a job offer. And all of a sudden, your world has opened up. All of a sudden, you have options. And because you do, you're not necessarily willing to settle for less anymore. So there is something with that Wheel of Fortune that may be making you feel like you have better self-esteem, or that you don't have to feel desperate in your life. Maybe you're making more money. I don't know. The challenge card of the situation is the 3 of Pentacles. So that's why I said about this is a card of co-workers, but it could be in a negative connotation. So somebody could be having an affair with a coworker, whether it's you and you're married, or your spouse is having an affair with a coworker, and they, whether you know it or not, maybe they are deciding whether or not to go, but they're not telling you the real reason. It's because they want to be with this other person. That's a possibility as well, because I do get some, some stress here as well. So you may be, somebody else's behavior may be causing you anxiety. The higher message is the High Priestess. And whenever I get this card, it's always about be still and know to me. It's always about, you know, if you're looking for answers, don't look out there. Look inside yourself. You know the answer to this. If you're feeling like somebody that you're with is lying to you, don't ignore that and get distracted and do something else. Realize that something may be going on. The High Priestess can be about secrets, but also the sense of being, you know, having that inner awareness. And yet, look at the card representing, this is kind of the mundane advice, and this is the Eight of Swords, which is a card of feeling oppressed, feeling like even if you wanted to leave, you couldn't, because you feel like you're held down, that you're not able to do it. And really, what the Eight of Swords is ultimately saying is that you are holding yourself back with your thoughts. So maybe that's where it all begins. Maybe if you are with someone and you want to leave the situation, but you feel like you can't because you're too attached to them, or you just feel, yeah, like it could even be just on the emotional level, that maybe you have to start with working on your consciousness, your thoughts, what you tell yourself, and that trust that the rest will follow. And I think that's really the best advice, because people in this day and age, they want instant, not only instant gratification, but instant solving of their problems, instant healing. And I just don't think that life works like that most of the time. There might be, you know, dramatic examples of instantaneous, you know, revelation that frees you, that unshackles your chains and all this stuff. But that's, to me, the exception to the rule. Most of the time, we are able to free ourselves of an unpleasant situation just through gradual self-awareness, and eventually it becomes easy to just leave, because the pain of staying is greater than the fear of the uncertainty of the situation. So I think, and that comes, again, like the High Priestess, is coming from within. It's not somebody telling you something to free you from a situation. Because, in fact, if you fear that there is something, like if somebody is, if you feel like somebody's cheating on you, for instance, chances are they will never admit it. And so if you rely on them telling you the truth about the situation in order to make your decision about whether to stay or leave, then you're going to be held hostage by them. I think that's kind of what that card represents, is being held hostage. But who's doing it to you? You are. What's coming in is represented by the King of Cups in reverse. So, I mean, this could be the person that you're dealing with. And this person may be, maybe you'll realize that this person is imbalanced. And this could be emotionally. Maybe they drink because they have a chemical imbalance. You know, maybe something like bipolar, where maybe they're self-medicating for that because they have these extreme mood swings. And you may just have, you know, observed this, but you never thought about why it's happening. It just kind of seemed like almost like natural for this person to be like this. But maybe now you're realizing, no, something is definitely off. And maybe you're thinking, I can't fix him. This person's an alcoholic. And you're finally admitting that to yourself. And the person may be emotionally abusive. Maybe they're very manipulative and they use guilt to keep you in line. As I stated earlier, this could be somebody who comes back into the picture. because of the Mercury retrograde. You may hear from somebody who is like this person. And my feeling, though, is that this is the person in your life, because with that Eight of Swords, it's speaking about a current state of mind. So I have to believe that this King of Cups in reverse individual is creating that mental stress in your life that makes you feel like you want to get away. And speaking of getting away, the outcome card is the Seven of Swords. This is a card, this also can point to cheating, deception, and things like that. But in this particular context, I can also see somebody who is, getting away from a problematic relationship, but they're doing so in a very covert manner. They're not coming out and saying, I can't stand you, I'm not going to spend one more day. But they might just say, hey, honey, I'm going to go on vacation. I'll be back in a week. And then you just take all your things and you're gone. And you stay. You might take a vacation, but you don't tell them, where you're going. And you never come back there. And you do that because you know that this person is just very abusive emotionally. They confuse you with some of they might blame you for their problems and say you're why they drink. And, there's something going on that can feel very oppressive. But remember what I got here. I got the Wheel of Fortune. So you're at a crossroads, I feel like, Taurus, and I feel like you have the ability to, do what's right for you. Maybe this person is a Scorpio, because the reason I say that is in late October, you had a full moon in your sign, and that means that the sun was in Scorpio, so maybe that was a relationship with the Scorpio, the water sign, who knows? And that was affecting a marriage or, a longer term relationship. But it's kind of like, getting away without them knowing it, sneaking off into the sunset. So I picked a card from this Whispers of Love. I'll show you the back of the card. It's angelic. And what it says is romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. And yes, of course, they show a couple and stuff like that. But what if you're single? What if you're in this situation? Sometimes when I'm doing these love readings, I get like the Three of Cups or something like that. And I always think of, because I'm a woman and dealing with other women, about women who, they get in a relationship and then all of a sudden they stop contacting their girlfriends and they just are immersed in this new relationship. And then when the relationship breaks up, guess who they call? They call their girlfriends, and they go out with their girlfriends. So don't neglect any of these relationships. Romance is nice, but, lavish affection on your children. If you are a single parent and you're dating, make sure that you never get so wrapped up in a new relationship that you neglect to always, honor all the people in your life that you love. That, to me, that's really what that card means. But in any case, I hope that you enjoyed this, Taurus, and if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below this video. Have a great December. Bye.